Comme prévu, l'Espagne remporte ce rituel maçonnique. Et c'est le numéro 7 qui inscrit le but. Exactement comme dans ce livre. Un but marqué par Torres, qui signifie en espagnol les tours. Les mêmes tours qu'on retrouve sur le drapeau et l'ancienne monnaie espagnole, à l'origine du dollar américain. Maintenant, regardez les visuels projetés derrière BTS. Des pièces de monnaie qui défilent. Les mots overload, dynamite, pendant qu'ils chantent mettre le feu et embraser la nuit. Et au même moment, on a l'Espagne qui brûle. Et juste après, Shakira et Burna Boy arrivent avec le même message. Depuis le début de la Coupe du Monde, des incendies se propagent pour évoquer l'effondrement du système monétaire. Justin Bieber lui est annoncé par ses initiales JB, comme pour Jacqueline et Boas, les deux piliers maçonniques. Et la veille, il portait un t-shirt Nouvel Ordre Mondial. Ensuite, on a la malle Louis Vuitton qui arrive, avec l'apparence d'un ornement maçonnique. Elle s'ouvre en deux, comme deux tours qui s'écartent. Déjà vu aux cérémonies de Los Angeles, avec au centre le trophée, symbole du nouveau système qui émerge après la destruction de l'ancien. I Show Speed parle d'unité autour d'un ballon géant au-dessus de New York, comme dans Independence Day, parce que le ballon c'est l'esprit de ruche. Et pour finir, Tom Cruise vient nous parler du dernier chapitre, sur un ton à la guerre des mondes, où une menace force l'humanité à s'unir. Donc tout ça, c'est un méga rituel psychologique, une programmation de masse orchestrée pour préparer vos esprits au contrôle centralisé.
Today's show is The Seven Society on July 21st, 2026.
Well, that's 721 in the year 2026. So there's an interesting argument about secrets, supernatural, and magic because they all have the same definition. They can't be explained. So once they are explained, then they can be explained. So for magic tricks, when the magician, has fooled you, then it's unexplainable. But when you learn what the magician's trick is, then it's no longer unexplainable. So that's the way it goes. So the Seven Society is about the picture in the feature, the picture that says 7 equals Z. Why does 7 equal Z? Because Z is naturally the 2, 5, or 25th number because J does not get a number. It's undefinable. So that makes J the last number, the 25th number, which sums to 7. When you draw a Z, you draw a 7 first till you get to the line on the page. Then you draw a line to the right, which makes an upside down 7 connecting to the right side up 7. So it's 2 sevens, 3.5 for the top and 3.5 for the bottom. Its total value is 7. Now that's a magician's trick, but now that I told you, it can be explained.
There's more than one Seven Society, but we're going to talk about the one Seven Society that was founded in 1905, and it is the most secretive of the University of Virginia's and Washington, D.C. secret societies. Members are only revealed after their death when a wreath of black magnolias in the shape of a 7 is placed at the gravesite. The bell tower of the University Chapel chimes at 7-second intervals on the 7th dissonant chord when it is 7 past the hour, and a notice is published in the university's alumni news and often in the Cavalier Daily.
I guess having 7 secret people who don't get to see their name till they're dead is a big deal, especially around there. The 7th chord is considered dissonant because it includes an interval of a 7th above the root, which creates tension and instability in the sound. This dissonance is a key characteristic that distinguishes 7th chords from the more stable triads.
The most visible tradition of the society is the painting of the logo of the society, the number 7, surrounded by the signs of Alpha, which is A, an Omega symbol, the Greek symbol, and infinity, and 3 5-point stars upon many buildings around the grounds of the university.
So look carefully at the image. You'll see the 3 stars on top, and that recognizes the triunal nature of the universe and human beings, of mother, child, father. The 15 points of the 3 stars are their source, the P, that demonstrates the point and perfection. Also, the phrase 1-5 for 15 indicates the E and the 5 as the central figure in 1 through 9, or A through I.
In the Seven Society logo, the 7 is central and locked over its head with notions of 8 laying sideways and infinite realities. In fact, infinite means what it says in finite terms, and it is displayed that way to disclose the true nature of their crime.
All criminals and crimes leave trails or tell the crime in advance if they really want to get away with it for an extended period. So the keepers of the world do their crimes, but they tell the crime in advance, right in their names. The 7 in the image is goalposted by Alpha and Omega. This is a trick to show continuous beginnings, middles, and ends, the Mortal Kombat continuum. The deception and obscuring of the 8 and 9 is self-evident and part of the disclosure. 7 Society as an acronym is SS, which transfers in digits to 88, hence canceling the sacred 8. Full disclosure in plain sight.
And now we're going to go down the road of honesty. And in Latin, it's honestus. Honest voices as ah. Honest voices as ah plus nest. Recognizing the human container, the nest, made from the material universe. Ah. In parts, honest makes hone plus st, where hone is to make perfect, and st recognizes the stage of life.
In the word hone, we see H for the human plus 1, which is his source.
Honest foundation is H, which is silent. H represents the state of man in his broken 8 station, but also recognizes his inception from the 8 and his aggregate station of the eternal 8 and the perishing H. Honest is seen in Latin honestus, which makes the English word honest a direct lift from Latin, from honos, or honor, plus the suffix tus.
Now listen to the word 8 and listen to the word H. So you're replacing the T sound in 8, which recognizes the perfected vertical line of virtue, balancing a perfect horizon line. That's in the sound of 8. In the sound of H, you have the sound of CH, or chop, or parse, or spread. So in the sounds, we have a map to what's going on, right in the word honest and honesty.
Honest reduces to H plus N plus ST. H is the game plan of the feminine of eternal. 8 separated is a separated H. Aggregated. N is the child of God born to each woman or man.
All right, let's try that again.
Honest.
If you take all the vowels out of honest, you get to the base map of the word honest. So the vowels are O and A, there's no duplicate consonants. So it works out as a triune with H as the foundation, and ST is the capstone. The N is represented as the central figure, or the child of God. So H is the game plan of the feminine of the eternal 8 and the separated H and the aggregated N. The aggregated N is the child of God that's born to each woman or man. That's each one of us.
And the ST is dramatis personae, the stage of life and personas. Now let's look at the monkey mind. We've been pushing through the lies of this world for over 60 years, the lies, and writing the intel discovered every day for over 6 years. You know what's funny? No one has ever thanked us for the effort. In fact, we've been insulted. Are we alone and all other humans prefer agony, pain, and misery, confusion, and endless deaths and rebirths?
All right, well, I think what's happening is this thing called the mind is not only misunderstood, we're kind of lost within it. So, what is the mind?
The mind is a database mine of the events of creation since the beginning. Man in his body is a complete reduction of the entirety of creation. He can live now or live in the past events of the mind. He can imagine future events, but he can never escape now. Nows are the eternal. The futures are for futuring. The pasts are temporary and halt progression until you pair the past to the now.
So today's July 21st, so that's 721 as a sequence of numbers. When you do it as the month first, the way the Westerners, the controllers of dollars in Hollywood do. But 721 in the voicing is the same voicing as the ratio, 7 to 1. So 7 to 1 means 8 parts, 7 parts on one side, 1 part on the other side, 8 parts altogether. So that's 7/8 to 1/8. So we'll move on to a combo that started at 1110 a.m., 11:10 a.m. on 7 to 1.
And they asked, who is the master who makes the grass green?
Well, phosphorus makes the grass green, which is another name for Lucifer, and it makes the grass green to our eyes. And the creator, designer, maintainer of it is self-evident in the expressions. Natural order is returning all things to balance. Fear equals suffer, and suffer the word is a map to lose fear and suffering. Pride is a map to PR, the perfection and the manifested, plus id, which means the obligation. In Latin, terminus means end or a boundary. It's the same meaning as definition.
And they asked, what is the cure for bacterial infection of the nervous system?
Well, natural order always cures itself when there's dead things around and breaks it into little parts and carries them away to be reused in future projects. This is called autophagy. So autophagic protocols may help, but all 3 planes that you live on need to be addressed. The energetic or emotional, the physical, your anatomy, and the mental, your mind. Autophagy will begin physically after 14 hours of fasting, and a raw lemon and water before eating in the morning will reduce acidosis. We live in a toxic world, so we're obligated to avert the toxins. Lex talionis is the natural order. The acronym is LT, which is 19.
You have good advice. I want to do an extended fast so I can feel all my energy centers again. I have some heart chakra problems I felt for over a decade.
Well, the structured water is what you need, the living water. Raw fruits and vegetables carry structured water that will restore the anatomy. Any positive value from ingesting putrid flesh from a murdered animal is outweighed by the slow digestion time and the energetic transfer of the unfairness, the cruelty, the pain, and the agony. Any being that occupies a pulsing heart should not be killed for its flesh. The structured water in the raw plants is in tune with the energetic ether.
And we would love to help others. Humans, we would love to help others, but each human is full of themselves and they have no ears to hear, nor eyes to see. Humans have ears, but not to hear. They are just for show. Eyes are used to form a personal reality we kindly blame as the matrix. The herd wants to be heard, but they have no ears to hear. What is hear? The truth hurts, and there is no threshold of pain for the stalkers of the chicken coops. Remediation is a pause and a remedy. If the medical cured you, there is no market for remedies. How obvious must it be? Words and speech are laid out bare as a map to resolve any matter.
You ever heard that phrase, stop the presses? It's in all the old movies. So like they had to put a different piece of news in the newspaper, because that's how people used to get their news, in the newspaper. So that's when machines started, is when newspapers started. And machines started when the printing press came out. But at the same time, the machine learning era was beginning and going in full force. And at the same time, the Reformation period coincided with it. The Reformation movement consolidated academia, religion, and statism right into the mentalities and beliefs of the populace, and many times by force.
A reformation is a repeat of formations. Religion, the word, speaks to the formation and restriction of religion in the splitting of religion to re plus lig plus ion. The Reformation consolidated the emotions to the faith, the belief, the fiat system of religions, and deferred most logic and reasoning toward the machine learning era and conveniences.